Today I will discuss the meaning of federalisms and whether India is a federal or not, because many scholars says that yes, India is a federal country, and many other scholars says that no, India is not a federal country. So here we will try to understand what is the meaning of federal and whether India is a federal or not. Before starting the actual meaning of federal, one thing is very important, that 225 activity lists are provided by the government in order to manage the populations. So one government, suppose 225 activity lists are managed by the one government, then one government cannot manage each and every things, because India is a territorially vast country. That's why we required two governments. One is the central government and second is the state government. Why we have required two governments? Because to manage the populations in a very convenient way. Okay, because India is a territorially vast country, so this arrangement is known as the federalisms. Means the multiple level of government, if the multiple level of government are prevalence in those state, is known as the federal state. And we know that India is a federal state, means India is a federal country. Why India is called the federal country? Because the prevalence of multiple level of government. One is the central government, uh, and the second is the state government, and third is the local government. And the local government was created in 1992 by the 73rd and 74th Constitutional Amendment Act, and we have created the Panchayati Raj institution and the municipality for the urban areas, and it is for the local areas. Okay, so the arrangement of state and the center is known as the federalisms. And suppose and if you want to define the, if you want to define the federalisms, then how you can define federalisms? It is the political phenomenon. It is the political phenomenon in which there is a distribution of power between the union and state. Okay, it is a distribution of power between the union and state is known as the federalisms. And we know that our federalisms is very closer to the Canadian federalisms, because prevalence of strong center. When you talk about the Canadian federalisms, then the Canadian federalisms means the central government has a 60% power and state government has a 40% power, and similar happens with India. That's why the Indian federalisms is very close to the Canadian federalisms. And one professor, Casey Ware, says that India is a quasi-federal country. Quasi-federal country means India has both character. One is a federal and the unitary character. Unitary means if the country is managed by the one government, then this country is known as the unitary. Like the UK. UK is a unitary country. Okay, unitary government. Okay, so if one government will manage each and everything, then this country is known as the unitary country. And second is a federal, means a multiple level of government, and India has the multiple level of government. Okay, so this is the meaning of the federalisms. And some scholars says that yes, India is a federal country, and some others says that no, India is not a federal country. So here we will try to understand the argument side of yes, means yes, India is a federal country. What is the requirement for the federal country? First is the multiple level of government, and we know that India is a multiple level of government, because Article 1 says that India is a union of state. Okay, India is not a union of India or Bharat. Article 1 says that India is a union of state. So Article 1 itself says that yes, it is a sign of the federal country. And part 4 or 5 and part 6 of the Constitution of India says that there will be the union legislatures, union executive, union judiciary, and the state legislature, state executive, and the state judiciary. Okay, so there will be the multiple level of government. And second is the distribution of powers. Okay, because when the power will be distributed between the government, this will be called the federal. So we know that the our article 245 and article 246 says that yes, union legislature will be different and the state legislature will be different. Okay, and there will be two lists. One is the state list and second is the union list. So this article 246 and 246 also very suggestive for the federalisms. Okay, and third is the executive powers. Okay, when you talk about the executive power, then Article 53 and Article 154. Article 53 says that all the union powers are vested in the House of President. Okay, because President is one of the apex body for the execution powers. Okay, and similar happens with the state government. All the power, Article 154 says that all the state powers are vested in the office of governor. Okay, so these two articles says that there will be the two level of government. One is the union and second is the state. So yes, India is a federal country. And third is the of financial means the financial accountability. Well, okay, when you talk about the financial accountability, we know that basically there are two type of fund. One is the contingency fund and second is the consolidated fund. 80 or 85% taxable money are kept in the contingency fund, sorry, consolidated fund. And contingency fund is for the emergency situation like the drought and the prawn like situation will be there, then the emergency fund will be utilized. And our maximum taxable money are kept on the consolidated fund of India. So there will be a two different consolidated fund. One is for the union and one is for the state. Okay, so this also shows that yes, India is a federal country. So when you mug up all these things, one is the multiple level of government and second is the executive power, legislature's powers and the financial powers. So these four things when you mug up, this shows this yes, India is a federal country. So this is the actual meaning of federal. Okay, I hope you will understand what is the meaning of federal. Okay, so thank you very much.